If you can master these three things, then you will see not only an increase in your visibility, but in revenue as well, okay? So we all want to make money in our businesses. So let's get into it.
Hello, you are listening to the Her Complexion Podcast. I am your host, Antionette Booker, the founder of Her Complexion Network, and this podcast where we discuss all things Black women, her career, her bag, and her melanin. Our podcast conversations will be all about Black women taking up space in the boardroom, Black women securing the bag through building generational wealth, and Black women becoming the best version of themselves by all means necessary.
So welcome back, ladies, for another episode of the Her Complexion Podcast. It's your girl, Antionette Booker, the founder of Her Complexion Network, where we help Black women make the right connections at the right time. To know me is to know that I like to talk about all things business. And when I start talking about entrepreneurship, I get so excited. And what's funny is I was working out with my personal trainer because, I'm trying to get ready for this wedding next year. So a few weeks ago, we were discussing her taking price increases because I just feel like her prices are too low for the quality of work she does. And the first thing that she said to me was, talking about money makes you happy. And you know what? It does. It makes me so happy. If you don't know this, I wear many, many hats. First and foremost, I am a customer sales manager for a global CPG company. That's my 9 to 5. I am also the owner of Brand Me Glamorous, which is a business development firm for women who want to start, run, and grow their businesses. With that being said, this week, I want to switch gears and discuss 3 ways that you can increase your visibility and scale your business. So when I say increase your visibility, I mean online and offline, okay? But before we jump into that, here's a little background information on my businesses, okay? So I've been in business with Brand Me Glamorous for 5 years and Her Complexion for 2 years. Both businesses are very, very unique in their own ways. I personally think that getting Her Complexion off the ground has by far been the most difficult, just because managing a membership-based business model is challenging in itself. You have to do several things. You have to build a community. You have to manage the community. And to me, there's no real consistent income because your members can cancel at any time. Okay, so some people may disagree with that comment, and that's okay. On the other hand, Brand Me Glamorous was very, very easy for me to get off the ground, simply because it's just a basic coaching model, and a majority of your success is contingent upon the transformation that you create for your clients and the relationships that you build with them, okay? Now, if you are a coach and know what you're doing, then you know that there's a lot of money to be made in the coaching industry. Now, I do want to point out that it has been very easy for me to gain exposure on both businesses. And today, I'm going to teach you how you can increase your exposure for your businesses as well. I'm not going to get into the weeds of each tip. However, trust and believe me, if you can master these 3 things, then you will see not only an increase in your visibility, but in revenue as well, okay? So we all want to make money in our businesses. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, you need to invest in a business coach. One of the best things that I have ever done for my businesses was invest in a business coach. And notice that I use the word invest. When you invest in something, you typically are investing so that you can get a return. You might not necessarily get an immediate return on your investment, but you will down the road. Listen, the right business coach will help you think outside of the box and scale up your business in ways that you couldn't imagine. They will also challenge and motivate you to get the work done. A lot of times, I think people get disappointed and stop investing in business coaches because they don't immediately see results in their business. But you have to keep in mind that running a business is a marathon and not a sprint. And there is some work that you must do on your end as well. The results don't always fall on the business coach, okay? So tip number 2, you need to create and invest in your own signature events for your brand. If you notice that you are struggling to create consistent revenue in your business, or if you notice that potential customers who are interested in working with you but have not bought from you, then it's time to host your own signature event. Here's why. Everything that you do in your business is a sales funnel. And as a business owner, you must do the work on your end to convert strangers into buyers. So we're not going to get into the weeds of what a sales funnel is. If you want to learn more about that, just schedule a consultation with me. But one of the things that you need to be focused on is building trust with your audience, okay? So hosting events is the perfect way to showcase your skills, your expertise, and build a community with your audience. I tell my coaching clients this all the time. People like to do business with people they like, know, and trust. And as a business owner, you need to constantly be working to build trust with your audience. Okay? So now let's move into the last tip. Tip number 3, you need to get out and network. Your success in business and in life is contingent upon the relationships that you build with other people. And as we are building businesses, I think this gets lost in the shuffle because we are so focused on executing certain activities that we forget to build relationships with the key stakeholders who can take our business to the next level. Okay. Now, also keep in mind that you have to be intentional about getting out and networking, okay? You have to be intentional about connecting with the right people, and you have to be intentional about building your brand. If someone asks you, what do you need to make this project a success, then you need to be ready to open your mouth and tell them what you need. It's like the old saying goes, closed mouths don't get fed. So with that being said, you have the power to increase your visibility. Now you just need to drill down and focus on the specific things that you need to do to elevate your brand. And part of that has to do with all 3 things that I discussed, okay? So let's recap what you need to do. Number 1, you need to invest in a business coach. That is a priority. You don't have all the answers, sis. I hate to break it to you, but you do not have all the answers. Tip number 2, you need to focus on hosting your own events, whether it's a brunch or a business conference. Create your own exposure. Don't wait for someone to create it for you. And then last but not least, get out of your comfort zone and network. A lot of us, and I can speak for myself, we are introverts, but you must get out and network. Join networks like mine or similar industry networks to increase your visibility and take control of your brand. A lot of times we talk about securing the bag, but part of securing the bag is increasing your invisibility, is making the right connections, is creating your own exposure, and is being intentional about building your brand, okay? So with that being said, ladies, I hope that you can use these tips in your business, and I look forward to talking to you the next time. Bye.
Again, my name is Antionette, and I hope that you jump on this Black Women in Excellence train with me. Please remember to subscribe to this podcast And check out the show notes for your free e-guide, 5 ways to build your network, and all things Her Complexion membership and merch. Until next time, sis, always protect your melanin.